Greetings, villains and vigilantes, heroes and heroines. You're tuned in to Project SuperVillain. I'm your host, ArcDrifter, and today we're back with another top 5. Well, it's August, and we've got some more games to take a look at. Some really awesome ones, in fact. I can't wait to show you guys what we have on the menu this month. And without further ado, let's just jump into it. Number 5, Midnight Fight Express. Okay, coming to us on August 23rd for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch. Developed by a single developer, Jacob, hopefully I say this right, Zwino? Anyway, it's up on the screen, you see it. And is published by Humble Games. It is an isometric brawler, and it does feature shooting in it as well. There's going to be multiple difficulties for you to choose from. There's combos to master. From what I gather, this game has a pretty high skill ceiling, actually. So this is really impressive. It seems like there's so much to this game for just like one developer to be making all this. It's absolutely insane. The game looks incredible. It does have an interactive environment. You'll see the character grabbing things off the walls, using weapons. Obviously weapons break and stuff. There's durability on them, so they don't last forever, but still, it's like a pretty simple loop. On top of all this, there's customization for the character as well. You can find and unlock clothing. I'm not sure if there's like a money system or not. I know that there's like a score and stuff, and there's a health bar, and I think a stamina bar. I'm not 100% sure what the blue bar is for, but there's a red bar and a blue bar, and I'm assuming red bar is your health bar. Anyways, there's also music by Noise Scream, who I'm not familiar with, but we'll be hearing that, and then the trailer sounds pretty awesome too, so I'm assuming that's by them. So anyways, that is Midnight Fight Express. If you like what you see, take a look into it. It's coming out on August 23rd. Number 4, Cult of the Lamb. On August 11th, we've got Cult of the Lamb coming out for PC, PS4, the PS5, Xbox One, Series S and X, as well as the Nintendo Switch. It's developed by Massive Monster and published by our favorite Devolver Digital. Right away, you take a look at this game and it's got amazing art style. Like, just look at that. It's so cute, but then it's also terrifying at the same time. Absolutely amazing. It's a roguelike dungeon crawler, if you haven't figured that part out yet. So there's going to be different like rooms you got to go through, and things will happen. You'll die a lot, I'm sure, in this game while you figure out how to play it. It's pretty much like Hades, though, if anybody's played that. With the combat, it's very fast-paced hack and slashing, and it's got like dodging, and there's going to be other things you can do in it as well, abilities and things you can gather. You play as a possessed lamb with the intent on making a cult. So the whole idea is pretty unique in itself. I like that. It's got a level of uniqueness right off the bat. It's tough to do that in this day and age, honestly. So many games out there. I think there's a currency system in this game, so you can buy items, and you can also use the currency to, for objectives. You can save people with it, for example, and I'm not too sure what else you can do, but there's lots to do in this game. There's lots of little characters that have different things that'll help you out. And there's little mini games in the game, like I saw a card game going on there, so I don't know how deep that is, but it still looks really cool. But yeah, it's just a fast-paced hack and slash beat 'em up game, depending on what weapon you have in your hands, but it looks like you start off with a sword at least. I'm not too sure. This game looks really cute. I actually really like the look of it. I might be trying it out as soon as possible, so anyways, if you enjoy, take a look into it. Again, August 11th, Cult of the Lamb. Number 3, Soul Hackers 2. Alright, so on August 26th, Soul Hackers 2 will be coming out. It's going to be out on the PC, PS4, PS5, and as well, the Xbox One, Series S and X, much to a lot of people's surprise. Developers Atlas and publishers Sega don't usually do stuff on Xbox. It seems to be times are changing. Xbox is now included in everything, so that's really cool. Good for them. I'm always down for more inclusivity. I'm always down for more people being able to play the game. This is apparently their first game that's going to be like in native 4K, so that's actually amazing. That probably adds to why the Switch isn't available on launch. Not too sure if they're going to have a Switch version for this game, but if they do, it'll probably be a little ways in the future. So if you haven't figured it out already, this is set in the Shin Megami universe. It's among plenty of other games out there, like Persona series, like Shin Megami Tensei itself. I'm not a huge, I'm not into this universe as much as you might think I am. I only played Persona 5, but with that, I really enjoyed that, and I'm actually really interested in playing this game. I might try it out, especially since what I've understand is that you don't really need to know much about the first one to enjoy this one. But yeah, you're thrust in the middle of a war in this game. Oh yeah, big note, you don't really need to know about the first game to be able to enjoy this one. From what I understand, from what the research I've done, people are saying that this is going to be kind of a standalone sequel, so there's going to be references here and there to the first game, but that's about it. Like, this game on its own is going to be quite enjoyable for new players as well, apparently. So it's not just Persona. If you're thinking it's that, it's going to have a completely different style. It's going to have its own turn-based combat system. It does look similar in some ways to Persona. You can definitely relate that, or even in Shin Megami. I'm not as familiar with that one or with the other series that this universe has produced. So you're going to be roaming around a vibrant Tokyo. Essentially, you're just saving the world from an apocalypse. You know, it's typical Shin Megami stuff. The only other thing I really know about this game is that you're recruiting demons throughout, and they each have like their own characteristics. Some of them are easier to work with than others, and like from what I understand, if you say get a chaotic demon on your team, they might just outright not listen to you in the heat of battle. So that's something you can get over, but you have to work through it, and it's a training thing with each of the demons that you find. So honestly, I don't really know much more about this. I am really interested in it. I didn't do a crap ton of research for it, but definitely look into it if you are a fan of the Shin Megami universe, or if you'd like to be. If you like that art style, go check a look into that. Honestly, it's probably worth your time. I think I'm going to check it out if I can. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Number 2, Thymesia. Coming on August 18th, Thymesia will be releasing on the PC, PS5, the Xbox Series S and X. It's developed by Overborder Studio and published by Team 17. I guess the first trigger word I should use is Bloodborne. If you're a fan of Bloodborne, you might want to like perk up here. This is a game that might pique your attention. I don't know if it's going to scratch the itch that you're craving for with a Bloodborne 2 or anything like that, because it's not quite that, but it looks like it's pretty similar. It's got that gothic horror vibe. It's got the faster paced combat, but still Dark Souls difficulty, from what it looks like at least. So you're fighting deadly monsters as a plague sweeps across the land, and the plague thing that I just said kind of actually is a very big theme in this game. You're using plagues and diseases, and they play a large part in not only the story but in the combat of the game. So like you're using like poison inflicted weapons and stuff like that. It does have a lot of different weapons you can find, so you can change up the way you play still in a way. But I don't know if it's gonna have like any class system or anything like that. From what I gather here, it also doesn't have a stamina system either, but it's also going to feature a very deep upgrade system. But again, I want to reiterate the fact that this does seem like it's one of those Soulsborne kind of, it might be your Bloodborne 2 kind of thing, but you know, just keep an eye on it, because it also might not be. Who knows? From the gameplay, it looks pretty good, but I'm not the Bloodborne guy. If you want to talk about Bloodborne, you need Kill Boss here. He sadly couldn't make it to this one, but yeah, this does seem like it could potentially scratch that itch for you. So keep an eye on it, and definitely look into it if you are interested in what so definitely look into it if you're interested in the things I just said. But let's move on to the next one. Honorable mention: Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed. Alright, we got the remake of Destroy All Humans 2 coming in August 20th, PC, PS5, Xbox Series S and X. The developer is Pandemic Studios, and it's published by THQ Nordic. This game is going to be carried forward from the first one. Now, I don't really have a whole lot of details on it, specifically because it's just doing exactly what the first one did, just rehashing the second one and doing it in a great way. Well, I played the first Destroy All Humans when it got remastered a couple of years ago, and that was like a terrific amount of fun. The best way I can describe this game is it's essentially a very futuristic Grand Theft Auto, where you don't have to steal other people's cars because you have a spaceship. But you can do lots more. There's like all sorts of psi powers and abilities that you can get. So yeah, the one thing to keep in mind with this game is it's going to be doing exactly what the first one did, and it's going to be grabbing everything that was great about the second game and just rehashing it into a fully polished and really well designed game. They have improved it so much. Like, there's no problems with these games. They're just damn right fun. And another really cool thing, I guess that's like the biggest feature, the highlight of this second game, is that they've added 2-player co-op split screen, and that's huge to me. Local fucking split screen co-op. I love that so much. It's just something you don't see anymore. It's great because everybody's got these huge ass freaking TVs. It's good to see that now. But there's so much more to this game. It's not just about the co-op. You unlock guns over the course of the game as well. You unlock different powers, amazing ones at that. There's psi powers where you throw cars around at people. Powers where you can like become a human and just like blend into the crowd. There's all sorts of things. You can read people's minds. There's like a whole bunch of destructive powers where you can just blow the shit out of things. All sorts of destructibility in this game, so you can blow the crap out of buildings and stuff like that. It's just about committing the most destruction possible. It's pretty awesome, and I'm excited to see more about this game. I might even check it out. I don't know if I'll get a chance to play it, but it's something that I would love to play if I had the opportunity. But let's move on to our number one. Number 1, Saints Row. Alright, August 23rd, we've got Saints Row coming back. It's for the PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S, and Series X. Developers are Volition and publishers are Deep Silver. It is so great to see this game come back again, but in a good way. It seems like the first game is going to be completely redone. We are going to see a different story. It's going to be showing how the Saints came to be. But in a different way than I remember, because like if anybody played the original Saints Row, I actually did that. I don't think I beat it, but it's very like down to earth, and it's a lot more like a Grand Theft Auto game. Like they were definitely trying to be a Grand Theft Auto clone at that time, but honestly, I think it was like the third one where they started to get like really crazy with the aliens and stuff like that, which was honestly the best thing that happened to it, if you ask me. Like, being removed from Grand Theft Auto, changing it up and being something a little bit different was exactly what it needed, if you ask me. So it's good to see that that's what they're doing with the first game. You got like a team of 4 for the story here. You're playing as like the boss, I guess. I'm not too sure what their name is, but I think that's just like what they go by. And then you got like a team of 4 here, so you got your squad to help you out. It's kind of looking like Watch Dogs in that way. Essentially, if you don't know about Saints Row, again, like kind of like Grand Theft Auto, it's got third-person shooting and melee. There's going to be tons of different weapons you can get in this game. I'll get into that later. But yeah, you get to see the formation of the Saints Row in a new light here with a big city. There's tons of mobility options, and one of the things that stood out to me was that you get a wingsuit. So that's something that like you just have for the majority of the game, I'm pretty sure, and it helps you get around the city like easily. I really like that. It's got an insane customization suite, guys. So if anybody's familiar with Saints Row, you probably already know this, but there's customization for the vehicles, for your weapons, for your entire headquarters, your clothing, obviously, and then even your crew members' clothing, but not to mention your entire body and face and whatever. Like, you can change everything on your character almost. It's a really in-depth customization system, and it's also really competent. There's lots of awesome things you can put on. There's great costume choices. It's endless almost, and it's freaking appreciated. There's plenty of weapons in this game. As I said, I don't know like specifics on numbers, but you know, there's a lot. There's obviously tons of different firearms, but there's tons of different melee weapons to use as well. So apparently there's over 80 vehicles in this game. That's really amazing to me. You'll get perks and stuff throughout the game that allow you to do special moves. You can construct your own businesses. And one thing I'd like to definitely point out is that there's drop-in, drop-out online co-op. That was something that was in the older games as well. That's always cool. And well, there's no cross-play on launch, which is interesting. Like, you can play Xbox, players can all play Xbox, but like PC to PS4 and stuff like that, that's not going to be a thing. Xbox to PlayStation is not going to be a thing. I don't know if Xbox to PC is going to be a thing or not. It might be because Xbox is connected pretty well like that, but I don't know if it's going to allow it or not. I just know for sure that Xbox players will be able to play with Xbox players, PC with PC, and PS4 with PS4. That's about it. But if you're interested in Saints Row, if you remember it back in the day, it hasn't been that long since they've done a release, but damn, it's looking really good in these trailers, so check it out if you're interested. This might be one of the best remakes of the year, so definitely look into it. But that's it for today's video, guys. We've come to our conclusion here. We've got all the games out of the way. There's definitely a few more out there that we didn't get to cover today, but there's it's a good month for games here, and it's only going to get better as the next few months roll on. I imagine September might not be amazing, but October will definitely be, and same with November when the Christmas season rolls up. So expect some more and more amazing, awesome games. Like me, God of War Ragnarok's coming out soon, so I'm excited for that. But that being said, I'm not going to drone on about that. I'd like to drone on about our channel for a second though, so if you want to subscribe and hook us up with some support, we really appreciate that. Hit the like button and you know, follow us on all our socials down there. We appreciate it. Find us on all our other platforms like Twitch. You can find us on Thursday and Friday doing Twitch streams. It's twitch.tv/Project SuperVillain, and we're always playing something different over there if you want to come by. It's usually in the evening times, so 9 p.m. Eastern time usually, but sometimes we're a little later, sometimes we're a little earlier. We do make a schedule over on Twitter as well. You can find us at PSV_official_, and yeah, the links are down below. But that being said, that's it for today's video. Thanks for joining, thanks for watching, and Project Dismissed. Peace out.